about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know. So
Oklahoma versus SMU. Now this one hits me close to the heart, but go ahead, Sora.
This one.
Oh, before you say that, we all picked Notre Dame. I thought that was already a
Oh, okay.
I just want to throw that
I
out
feel
there.
like.
I figured we all did.
This one I feel like should not have been as difficult, but yet I'm still kind of like.
It's difficult. It is.
It definitely is, because Dylan Gabriel, 19 or 22 attempts, 19 completions, and 2 touchdowns, but it was mainly a rushing game that kind of killed. I mean, Tawee Walker, 8 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. Javonte Barnes, 13 carries, 49 yards. I mean, you had so many rushers. Your receivers didn't really do much. Your run game just absolutely killed.
Can I cook real quick? Mississippi dog, you ain't gonna come in here and talk all that junk. First of all, I ain't seen you in weeks, sir. You should be on a milk carton somewhere. Second of all, I'm the one that picked Colorado out of everybody on this podcast to win last week. So you didn't tell me anything, sir. Anyways, go ahead, cook.
Anyways, go ahead, finish cooking.
Again, just kind of looking at it, SMU only allowed 28 rushing yards. Granted, it is Louisiana Tech. I feel like the running back by commit, like all the rushing power that Oklahoma has, I feel like that's going to squeak it out. I obviously don't think it's going to be another 73-0 blowout, especially when Dylan Gabriel didn't even play the entire game. He had 308 yards, and then the backup Jackson Arnold went 11 for 11 and 114 yards. So, I mean, really, passing-wise, you had 308, and then rushing-wise, you had 220 total yards. I feel like just by that power alone, you'll be able to just be able to outpower SMU. Again, I don't think it's going to be like a 73-7 game. It'll probably be like Oklahoma by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's fair. So here we go. I just want to talk my junk real quick. Preston Stone. What did I tell y'all he was going to do?
Preston Stone was very good. 3 touchdowns.
23 for 37, 248 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That boy did good. That boy did work.
And his debut against Louisiana Tech, who's not a pushover school.
No.
They won that game 38-14.
Yeah.
So his debut was spectacular. He didn't get sacked. Offensive line kept him clean.
Hey, shout out to the O-line.
Yeah. Both teams allowed under 50 yards rushing on defense, but SMU struggled in the secondary. They allowed 3 30-plus yard receptions, including 1 50-yarder. They got to clean that up. I told y'all about Jalen Knighton. Jalen Knighton, he had an okay debut. He didn't score, but LJ Johnson Jr., their other running back who got most of the carries, looked like the best running back in the country with a 67-yard touchdown, 128 yards on 14 carries, and 8.1 yards a carry. Dude was an absolute demon for SMU. That's why this game is so hard to predict. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Dylan Gabriel is our dark horse Heisman candidate. Mm-hmm. He had an 86.4 completion percentage, including 2 40-plus yard touchdown scores in the air, 3 total touchdowns, and 1 on the ground. The ground game for Oklahoma is a little lacking. It seems like every once in a while they find a diamond in the rough, but I don't think they have found it in their first week, so hopefully they can get their game together. But I do think, like Sora said, I think this game is a lot closer than what people think. Dylan Gabriel is the key. And I think Preston Stone, out of all accounts, is going to have a really good game and keep this game a lot closer with Oklahoma. And people are going to be talking about Britton Venables not being a good coach after this game.
I would not be surprised if Preston Stone had another like 250.
Oh my goodness. Go
Go
back.
ahead and cook.
Go ahead.
Mississippi
Hayden.
dog. That's just one game. I predicted one game against a wounded dog in TCU.
Mm-hmm.
You are basing that one win off of what they're going to do the rest of their season. If you listen to what I said, I had them either winning 3, 4, or max 5 games this year. How am I backtracking?
I'm just saying, Mississippi
Get your facts
dog,
right.
You're going to be crying when Nebraska wins this weekend. Book it.
Go ahead.
Because I
Hayden.
was looking.
Nebraska plays defense on like TCU. That's my biggest upset this week, and the fact it's a big upset is sad. First off, I liked what I saw. I was watching it, but I
Yeah, we
think
haven't seen you
Nebraska-
in weeks, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying my upset this week is Nebraska, and I'll explain why in a tweet. I don't want to keep us holding here. This is going to be a good game. SMU, Oklahoma. What impressed me the most was how Oklahoma played Arkansas State. Dylan Gabriel won 19 for 22, 308 yards. It will always be Arkansas to me.
I didn't
don't
want to
care.
say anything, but I heard that and just kind of laughed to myself.
Because apparently you break a law down there if you call it Arkansas, so that's why I do it. And I have not been able to stop for the past 5 years. So yeah. No, but you got Dylan Gabriel who put up those numbers in the first half. They pulled him after that because by halftime, I ain't good at math, but if I did math correctly, they had over 50 points. Now, I know it's Arkansas State, but still, 50 plus points at halftime. The only other school that competed like that was Oregon this past week. And I like what SMU did. They played a very good team that's not a pushover and won, yes. But with that being said, if Dalen Gabriel is playing like how he did, and Nick Anderson can get a couple touchdowns receptions, they'll be fine. And I got Oklahoma here.